Alrighty guys, hello. Hello. Welcome back to Kaldvann here in Trondheim. Hopefully everything is loading up correctly. Let's see, yep, that should be, watching the playback, just making sure it pops over. It should, I hope, I think, possibly, could be, maybe would be, should be. Wait and see. Is that long of a delay? Yep, there it is. Wow, that's crazy. That is a long delay. Well, we're here in Trondheim again. I haven't streamed in a little bit, so I just felt it would probably be appropriate to maybe do some today. Yeah, so we're working in Trondheim. We'll be doing more work in the... Hi, Logan. We'll be doing more work in the... I would like to maybe stray away from Marienborg, which is the neighborhood we're sitting in right now, and start looking toward the other side of Trondheim, which I'll go ahead and get rid of the rain. Because I am God, I work like that. We'll start looking at the other end of Trondheim, just off in the distance over there. That is the Rosenborg neighborhoods. And then we have Oya and Singsaker, which sits over here, roughly. This being Oya and Singsaker, just being on the other side of the hill over there. The other ambition, you know, if we get bored, is the airport line, which sits right here. The airport line obviously goes off toward the airport, and I have yet to connect the two. I had previously slightly overwhelming. Well, I will turn that down. Let me know how that works out. The airport line goes off this way. Actually, let's get that music figured out first. Actually, I'll turn the going here. Turn it down some. Okay. Sorry, I don't know how, like, I can't even hear it on my side. It's mostly just for you guys at this point, because I have other music that I like playing in my background. So I can't hear it, but... Actually, let me also, not bulk acid replace, but... Yeah, get a point in the day where we have little to no fog. But anyways, so I have been working on the coastline as well. Just kind of roughing it in and getting it, I can turn that back down, I don't need to listen now. Getting it kind of set up. Of course, it is very rough at this point. And I've really yet to do any major detailing, but it's meant to be more of a rocky coastline with little archipelagos and islands kind of nestled out in the middle. Then we come over here into this large inlet that I've been kind of working on. I moved it a little bit. Cute little town I built here, or am building here, and just slowly trying to piece things together. It's very rough right now. It's all kind of discombobulated and very little to no terrain difference throughout. But I've been just trying to get an idea of how things are going to be pieced together here, you know, and what to expect. This is for Rosenborg. Previously, that used to sit about over here-ish. If you follow that all the way up over, was right about here-ish, but I moved it closer to Trondheim, because it's about 20 miles away, and yeah, I didn't really want it to be that far, because that's where the airport roughly sits. Actually, that is where the airport sits. I'm in the middle of building the airport, kind of just slightly piecing it together. I just found these cool signs I was able to attach to the roof, just to dress it up a little bit. So, a little something. Also, got really bored and made a roundabout, because detail that is pointless, but, you know, it'll end up in there. But mostly been working on that and getting the basic layout of the airport built, as well as the end of the airport line here at this passenger station that we're gonna have to do some tinkering with to kind of make it look nice. But low bridge, not too big of an issue, long as the buses can fit through. And then just trying to find hotel assets to kind of throw in, which actually are kind of hard to come by. Kind of hard to find. Like, you have the Holiday Inn, and then you have some of these Scandic hotels. But other than that, like, some hotel assets are very hard to come by. Yeah, Air France, Air Transit. And actually, there's a sign way over here that I don't know if it's staying, but it has the list of operators that come into to the airport. So, That was also the other fun part, was trying to find assets within trains to, you know, have actual aircraft. And there's actually quite a bit of aircraft in this game, which I always find funny in some senses. But yeah, so I'm just trying to get Forløsningsvik kind of built up a little bit. Haven't done too much tinkering with it. And then on top of that, building the port, which will actually have some rail functionality. It'll be kind of our first major area served by rail. Then we have the freight and passenger line, freight on the left, passenger on the right, or the right two tracks. Coming around by the end of the runway. Then at least the passenger line comes up, makes a right turn, and comes into the airport. And ends. So eventually the passenger line will swing kind of through Forløsningsvik. It's going to kind of go up this way. It'll morph into the freight line. And I'm actually going to cut off the bay right here, and we're going to kind of start linking around. There'll be at least one or two stops, just kind of some small villages along the way. And then it'll kind of turn right, and there'll be a pass between this kind of cliff fjord, whatever the hell you want to call this area, and that's supposed to be a mountain. I was just working on it last night, just starting to get it kind of drug out. It is rather tall. Of course, if I would turn up the draw distance, you would see Trondheim right over there. But enough of that. Enough of me jumping around. As for Trondheim itself, been tinkering with it just a touch. At least in the downtown area. Just replacing some buildings, some high-rises that I didn't really like anymore. And replacing them with some older-style buildings to kind of fit. Hey, David. But yeah, replacing with some older-style buildings, adding another church. Just trying to tie in the scene because I'm very close. I'm just trying to figure out what to do over here and then what to do in the transition, because this is this is Marienburg, and then this is going to be one other neighborhood that will kind of incorporate some shopping areas, like maybe a Walmart or a Best Buy. You know, kind of the bigger Western box stores. It'll be kind of the larger commerce area for Trondheim. It'll be kind of nestled into this kind of just area alongside the cliffs, as well as just some small residential. But I need to figure out how to bleed that between small residential, the big box stores, and then bleed it into these older style buildings. And I think the way to do that is to do a natural transition, possibly like a park area, and or just something like a park area, or some sort of something like maybe an avenue, or something along those lines. But there's got to be a way to figure out how to do that, because over here it's like we kind of have the transition by the arena, and then this kind of avenue right here, and it starts to transition, another road, park, and then it transitions into kind of the lighter residential area with some built-up commerce. From this kind of more complex, thick downtown. And eventually my plan too is to kind of finish laying out the sidewalks, getting all the streets laid down, putting down actual road markings, making this an absolute spline hell for anyone who were to view this, more so than it already is, like this area right here. Incorporating that area too. I also found some nice cars to use. I found these things called a C-car. I don't know, they're kind of nice, but they're cool because if you pop them down, hey, United 737, you can actually go in and change the colors of the car. And they have more than just this Rolls Royce here. They do have quite a few cars that I intend to be using in more areas. Like if we go over here, I actually have some parked cars on the side of the road. They have like BMWs, Audis, Fords. They have some cars. Not a large selection, but enough of a generic selection that you can mix it in and also change the colors. Manufacturer, I mean, it all depends. I mean, I also had to stop and remember there is a bit of a delay, so... hi, Toby. Yep, so Rolls-Royce and all those other ones. Yeah, I have to remember when I'm looking at my chat, you guys are viewing me probably like 15, 20 seconds behind what I'm actually trying to say. And the other part of kind of going through Trondheim and finishing up some detail is also adding in street lamps, because there aren't really many street lamps in the town. So trying to illuminate it some, and then I actually have to go in here and detail this kind of area leading up to the passenger terminal. So, I mean, there's a lot to do. Of course, nothing is tying me to do it other than I just want to do it. And I just have to kind of figure out what to do with this area. This area is probably going to be a small parking lot between the UK, Canadian, and I'm imagining this would probably be the American embassy. You know, since it's so close to the UK and the British one. And I actually have yet to determine where the American embassy would actually go. We already have the Icelandic embassy, which sits over by the arena. I can see the flag on my screen. You probably can't on yours, but there's a flag right about yonder. That is the Icelandic embassy. I believe I'm also moving the Norwegian embassy, which I'll probably put closer to the actual Capitol buildings, which they sit roughly right here. And then I need to figure out the French embassy, which obviously is also very important because that's half of the influence of the island previously, and then other embassies such as Sweden, Finland, Denmark, and just some other countries, Germany and all those. I imagine possibly, you know, might have to be spread out a little bit. Could have some close to the airport, which, you know, aren't too far away. You know, just something like that. But the big areas that I've been working on, or been trying to plan out, is this area right here, which used to be kind of the old fort. This is where some freight and passengers used to come and go before they moved the port off to Forlosningvik. Oh, my cat is here. Hello. Hi, Tobes. Yes, you are a cat. But yeah, so this is the old port. It is no longer a functioning port. There's also no longer going to be a passenger terminal here. That is all going to be moved toward Forlosningvik, since that is kind of the inlet for the country. It's where the largest airport is. That sees most of our regular scheduled service. That's also not Castine. Castine has a other sizable airport, but with less service. Predominantly, you get served there between Air France and SAS and such, as well as Kaldvann Air. But predominantly, this is mostly going to be repurposed into kind of a growing community with some older style houses in some of the older brick buildings, kind of like they're doing in my town with the textile mills. They've converted them into businesses and apartments, which they're very beautiful on the inside. Very, very gorgeous on the inside. As well as just some older buildings that still have a function. What those functions are, I've yet to determine. Like, I know I want this to be some sort of like government building, be it the Navy or use the Ministry of Commerce or something along those lines. But also just trying to figure out where we're going in terms of beyond that in some of the smaller infrastructured areas, as well as also adjusting the road through here, because I'm also redoing the road across this bridge, and just trying to figure everything out along those lines. I'm kind of doing that right now, David. The route's not that big. I mean, you know, we're kind of looking at an area of this, and it's all kind of blank. And there's like one area off over here, and then I got bored at one point and just put in Eagle River just for the lulz, and it actually kind of fits. I'm going through and revamping Eagle River to fit and mesh better, so I'll save that for someday. Yes, Toby, hello. You've been quiet all day up until I want to do something, huh? Yeah, I know. Yes, there's nothing really to tour outside of this town. Like, I have Castine, which is on the other side of the island, but that's the same as it's always been. And there's nothing to look at. And that's actually going to end up getting moved anyways, so yeah, there's nothing really to look at. And then over here in the Rosenborg neighborhood, trying to get it just beyond this little occupied hill area. Alright, I have to pet my cat because he is being a little attention whore right now. Lad! Alright. If you want loves, you're gonna get up here. Yep. Yeah, I know you don't like that, but you want to be loved, so you're gonna be loved. Mwah. Alright, now get out of here. Go be a cat. Yes, trying to figure out what's going on over here. I determined that two small bridges, one over there and one right there, was not going to be sufficient enough for this area to go in between, here in Trondheim. These bridges would, this bridge in particular, will be absolutely overwhelmed. So I put in this bridge here. I know I already have 3 bridges just like it, 1, 2, and 3. I figured it could be the uniform style. Like Pittsburgh, they could be known as like the Three Sisters, but more Norwegian, I suppose. But one of the 3 or one and the same. But that will come across. This will be a bigger bridge that will kind of bleed into this interchange here with the highway. So that could also serve getting the Rosenborg neighborhoods kind of more attached to the highway. I was gonna say, I don't remember which sign pointed more towards Rosenborg. I think it was this one back here. Yeah. But anyways, so just trying to get this area a little more figured out. I kind of put down some taller buildings kind of in its center, showing that it has kind of grown over the years. And that it's kind of popped up in this area. But then moving beyond that, we get back into some of the older style buildings as we kind of push away. Did another crossing last night for the commuter line as it comes through town. And then just slowly getting some of the kind of the high density residential kind of placed in around the station. There'll be a small kind of mall off over here, possibly just for some commerce. And then pushing away from here, I was imagining kind of, I was kind of looking at a map of, I was looking around LA this week at something, and I was also looking, obviously, in Norway. And it seemed like there was some hills that kind of separate some specific areas, and kind of also help, create a natural border between 2 communities, larger hills. So my plan is to kind of get this area kind of built up, not too big, because I don't want to go extremely ham, and that's would also be kind of why there's more high density residential, these kind of high-rise buildings. There might be a big hill right here, a little bit taller, that kind of keeps this community corralled to right about here. Going on from here, after that, it's just going to be small houses, and start to bleeding into more forested area, as well as some smaller hills moving away. So that is the train chase in it, or too low for intermodal. Well, this is just strictly passenger. Like, this line right here is just strictly passenger. And then this line right here is also strictly passenger. But if you move to the left, this is the freight line. This is the freight line that passes through town and starts to head towards the yard. But this freight line is also heading towards a few industries that's going to be here kind of on the outskirts of Trondheim, that'll kind of service within Trondheim. Mostly just warehouses and maybe a couple of manufacturing plants. But the big area it's heading to is the fish processing facilities, as well as the port of Kaldvann, which will sit over in Forlostingsvik, which is roughly over there. So it has quite a bit of a journey. This is coming from the oil port, which we've kind of separated and kind of put off way on the outskirts. The oil port, or it's just commonly known as the tanks, will sit over here, a few miles away. This is kind of a peninsula area and this is going to eventually turn into a river that's going to snake around the backside, but eventually there's going to be a coastline over here that I've yet to put in that's separated by this large hill, which doesn't have a whole hell of a lot on it. But that is how that's going to be separated. But there is no worry about intermodal trains fitting beneath all that stuff, because the intermodal trains come through here with this very tall bridge that can easily fit just anything. And then they have no obstructions between here and there. Well, actually, they have one obstruction. This bridge, but I believe this bridge is tall enough. We can actually find out right now. Eventually they will. And they actually do more towards Filosoningvik, but for right now, they do not. Oh yeah, that clears no problem. Yeah, this container clears with tons of space. Yeah, so that'll be no worries whatsoever. Yeah, the containers, they clear with no problem, and like I said, that's why the passenger line, which is more nimble and quicker, can ducks under the freight line as the freight line curves right to go towards industries. Then over here, they don't have to worry about it, which, out of curiosity, I don't think it would. It does clear. And as for the station, I think the station is too low, which is why they don't connect. Yeah, it just would clip. Like if the track was just a little lower, or if that was just a little taller, it'd be fine, but I believe that's why I made the lines not connect, because I like these stations, but fortunately the stations don't like the freight traffic, which the freight traffic could just go around, but unfortunately unable. Anyways, that's enough rambling. That's kind of just what I've been up to as of late in off-stream. I think what I want to do right now is I want to get this little intersection built up right here, get kind of the main core part of it designed. And can also kind of show you guys how I go about doing so. You know, how I kind of go about creating a very complex intersection. You know, because I find it interesting. You guys may not, but it's what I was working on before I decided I'm going to live stream. So one of the first things I do is I kind of take these sidewalks and start measuring out, or kind of just marking out where I want to go in particular. Check something real quick. Holland Majors. Hello! You know me, I don't know you, unfortunately. Or I probably do know you, but I don't recognize the name, to be 100% honest. Many apologies, though. Oh, also, one other thing that I need to be doing and taking more into consideration is a lot in between these buildings. There's not a lot of parking, because these buildings were obviously created in a time where parking wasn't really thought of. So a lot in the back of these buildings is, you know, just kind of like little alleyways, and then behind those alleyways, oh, hello, Jazz. Behind those alleyways is sometimes forest or a row of other buildings. So I have to keep in mind that potentially in some areas, you know, there isn't going to be a lot of parking. So, and most times they'll have kind of parking garages or underground parking in some cases. So I have to keep that in mind, especially here because we have this hotel, this actually very large hotel. So this hotel will kind of try to incorporate some more underground parking, because around it it's just going to be buildings, or like back here there might be some green area in a park or something, maybe like small delivery area, because you know, if you look, it kind of looks like there would be some deliveries going on back here in particular, but aside from that, there's not a ton going on. Maybe like a pool, but this isn't really a swimming kind of town or country. It's kind of cold most of the time, so but yeah, I've been definitely trying to go a little ham with the detail, is particularly in the road infrastructure. I know I don't have to. There is no reason to do it, other than the fact that I want to do it. You know, I want to make this very complex and nice. And I kind of want to push the capacity of trains and see what I can and cannot do. You know, once things start getting a little laggy, yeah, I'll probably start backing down, because obviously I want to be able to work on this, and I don't want to blow up my computer. As much as explosions are kind of cool, I don't think my neighbors would appreciate that. Or the NSA guy that follows me and the LTG crew. Especially with all the jokes we've made, but anyways. But often I'll see a scene, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I see scenes, and you know, particularly with Joe, and I forget whom it was. He was doing a Sweden kind of styled route, or not Sweden, a Switzerland styled route. I forget whom it was, but I liked what he was doing, which kind of inspired me to do a bit more with Kaldvann. But their intersections are very detailed, but more often than not, I'll just see someone take two spline roads, and it just intersects. And I know I've been doing that a lot with the Carabasset, but you know, I'm trying to stray away from that, and trying to maybe put a little more thought in, especially in areas right up against the track. You know, with the Carabasset, there's going to be some areas where it is just two roads, but a scene close to tracks, you know, would call for a little more detail, and yeah, just more often than not, I don't see that. There we go. Especially up here, you get a cool little vantage point of this this area. You know, and I know that my cities are kind of more flat, and it's just kind of hard to build on a hill, especially with some of these buildings and markings, so I try to make it a little more flat than some others. Hello, Will. Yeah, well, I say hi. I'm not going to make this stream awfully long, so I'll probably pop in at some point. The hell was that? What's a vantage point in trains? I don't know. That I do not know. Oh, it's Will. Hi, Will. So anyways, but like I said, I'm definitely trying to push the envelope a little bit with what's going on here, and just trying to come up with just interesting detail that if someone were to view this route, they would want to go and explore and see everything that's placed around the route and in the city and stuff like that. And like I said, more often than not, yeah, there is no reason for me to do that other than the fact that I want to do it. There's a lot of pointless detail on this route, particularly with some of the roundabouts and some of the intersections that are just insanely detailed, but I enjoy it. I like looking at it. As it stands right now, the only time I think y'all are probably going to see this route is when I'm streaming it, or if I ever post a photo of it, but not all my pictures are going to be of trains doing stuff. They're going to be cityscapes or things going on inside this town within the world of trains. And I think it's interesting to try to add that lifelike detail to make this place feel like even inside a game that it is very much alive and that things were more thought out than some people portray in their routes or their scenes or modules and stuff like that. Not to entirely rag on others, but didn't want to delete that. Alright, now the next step is, and also the other thing I have to go back and do, is I've just been exclusively putting down one texture of asphalt. I need to go back through and use more textures of asphalt to make the streets look more worn out and beat up, and in some places a little less maintained, just particularly also because winters are harsh up here and the road does get kind of abused with snow removal and just the harsh winters and the extreme cold. So eventually I need to go through and do that because my streets do look very too clean. And I don't like that. I hate how clean my streets look right now. Lack of cars kind of parked on the side of the road doing things, lack of signage, and lack of just things to look at. I'll probably do an example here with some of the textures. I'll probably do a little bit of some of the other textures to show you guys what I'm trying to get at once I get this intersection built. Then the other hard part about this is trying to see what to do in the areas under the bridge. Probably just be grassy areas, nothing really to look at, because what the hell are you going to do under a bridge? Unless I can find a small enough building to go in there. If I can find like a one-story shop to go underneath there, and hell yeah, I'll put something underneath that bridge. Like I could probably put like a gas station on this corner, maybe, but you probably wouldn't want a gas station underneath the bridge in case the gas station caught fire. Then you have not only problems for the gas station and the buildings around it, but also the integrity of the bridge. When bridge catch fire, that problem looks at Brent Spence Bridge in Cincinnati, Ohio. Alright, So it's still a four-way intersection. It's just a very lopsided four-way intersection. Alright, so let's see here. How do I want to go about this? Alright, so ideally over here I need to have a lane that turns right. I think right here will be the right turn lane. Then this lane right here will turn left and go, well, straight to the right. Over here needs to be a left turn lane dedicated, and then this lane over here will be Brent Spence we're looking at. Yep. Jeez, the whole fucking stew here? Christ. This lane right here will turn to the right and proceed a little less to the right, but still right. And then over here needs to be a left, a really left, and a right. And then same thing over here, a really to the left, a yep, we're going left, and a straight right. So conveying that is going to be a little interesting. But let's start over here. Let's start on the easiest side, because this side I can easily kind of get made up. If I can hit the right taskbars. Can I help you? Oh, mark there. Sweet. Alright. So I'll come out to here. And there'll be a crosswalk here. Alright. That's there. I need a thick white line. I also need my bus. I need to measure with my bus. Where's my bus at? Bus. Bus. I need another bus. Okay. Bus. Okay. Now, where do bus line need to split? Let's see. Back the bus up to here. Back the bus up to here. So the line will come to about her. Nope. Nope. Yep. Or do I need a thin line? Let me see how the thin line looks. No, no, give me a thin line. Just gonna, oh, yeah, we'll do it that way. Yep, whatever works. Yeah, they're pretty nice. I mean, they're old, but they're nice. Oh, that looks horrible. Yeah, just square the corners. Just do a little bit of that. We're just gonna... Yep. Perfect. I'll probably square it with the crosswalk or something. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, these buses, they look very old. But they're the buses I've been using because this is the best bus I can find that actually has doors on the right side of the bus and not the left. Now, let me get the crosswalk drummed out real quick. just, oh wait, like this. See, I can just bring the lines up to it this way. There. A thick white line for here. And one for here. 60s, 70s, yeah, around that ballpark, if I were to guess. If I was to guess. Now I need Logan's road markings, which do I have any over here? I do, because I was smart. Or, you know, something along those lines. Oh, I have a terrain difference over here. No, I don't. Not sure how I feel about the thin lines in the middle. There. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about the thin lines. Probably what I could do. It's more pointless detail. My stepdad goes to Florida, and yeah, texts me more there than he does here. Maybe you should have stayed home. I already think one of these lines is off. No, they look good so far. That's off. I think it's too thick right there. I think. Try it this way. Yeah, pretty good. I think it looks better now with the stripes, personally. Alright, now for the other ends of the intersection. This is where it gets interesting. I think I'll do this side because it's pretty easy. Pretty easy. Let's see. Lines. Actually, wait, no, I need buses. Oh, I do need the buses.
Yeah.
Oh, alright, I gotta go find the buses. Buses. Ta-da. Bus. on the grid. So that helps. I wonder, can I sneak in on the road parking? Might be able to sneak in some on the road parking. If I play my cards right, I could get away with that. Let's see. This could be that. If I am lucky, perfect. Yep, I can sneak that in.
Yeah.
Alright. Totally cursed, but we're doing it anyways. And then the road, I think, is going to come out to here, then hook a right. So I'll just drag this. I'll just keep the 2 lanes, and then about here, it's going to go ahead and be like, alright, see you later. Oh yeah, that's, yep, good job. Good job. There. And now as for this, actually we'll just go back to here. Perfect. And then I will do the white broken, signaling, hey, you have 2 lanes, you can pick from them. And then over her, go ahead and put down the white lines for parking. Is that crooked? I think it is. Yeah, it's about on par, I think. And then same thing over here. And the parking about here. cursed shit. Let me see back here though. I feel like I fucked up. Hey, lost the spirit. How you doing? It has been a long time, hasn't it? Lines can be done perfectly if you're maintaining on the grid. I'm a little off the grid, in particular, so it's a little harder, but it's not too hard. It does take a little time, however. I think it's okay back here. Yeah, I think it's okay. Alright, we're fine. Yeah, I should be good. Yeah, we're fine. It just looks a little different with the dash lines, so. Oh, yeah, we'll put it just back here just for later. Alright, now for the parking, we need to do that. Of course, asshole BMW driver can't see. Asshole BMW driver? You mean like my mom's boyfriend? No, he's just an asshole. Oh, did I say that out loud? Darn. Hey, congratulations! Hope the academy goes well. Hope it all goes well. Actually, no, fuck it, we're just gonna do this. Alright, so there is this. I'm gonna need the doodad. The only thing that's easy about the grid is just the fact that, or in this particular case, the fact that at least I know when I'm plopping down like these lines that they're exactly 360 degrees. Oh, that line is too big. Nice. Well, it'll do fine for now. I've seen situations like that in my town where the road markings were about as wide as the lane itself. Actually, good news out of my camp. I went and took the TSA test this week because I applied to be a TSA agent, and I did that months ago, and I never really heard back, and it was what it was. But apparently, I got an email. Well, not apparently, because I did get the email, but apparently, the TSA has been trying to get a hold of me for quite some time, and much to no avail. So they're, contacting me through my email, asking, saying if I'm still interested in the position. That they're extending me the offer to go take the TSA test. So I scheduled to go take the test on Friday, and I went and took it. And they were telling me, only 30% of people pass the test and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. And, so I went in and not really knowing what was going to happen. I was already nervous as hell. I don't do well with tests, and conveying my intelligence onto paper is very hard for me. That's where I know you, United. You're Phil. That's right. Yeah, that's right, yeah, we have known each other for some time because you stole my Decnar Airlines planes. So, but Where beyond that, actually, Phil, I do have something I want to show you real quick. So I play a flight simulator. I run a virtual airline on there called Brothens. But also, a little while ago, I put, yep, airport security. I'll get back to that story in a second. I was trying to figure out where I knew this guy from, and yeah, I remember where I know him. I know where I know him. Or I remember where I know him from. But Phil, United, I brought Deknar into the world of flight simulation. But they're not my main virtual airline anymore. I've been doing, like I said, another virtual airline called Brothens. Been painting airplanes in there, which I'll show you real quick. Which, funny enough, I think I did this last stream. But I've been painting these for my flight sim. Yet I still won't paint trains. Oh, yeah, I crashed. I don't know how it happened. Oh, I was doing a replay. And yeah, it just kind of blew up on me. Amongst other things, and then this week I painted this gem. So I did a patched 727. Flew it up to Bangor. And, you know, got to Bangor. Parked it in the hangar. And I did that. Anyways, enough of that. But yeah, no, I applied for the TSA airport security, and so yeah, like I said, I was going on about it, and you know, like I said, I was nervous about the test. Like I said, I don't do well with tests, and I was not looking forward to it at all. And so I was in the Approach Medium server, and I was sitting there, and I was chatting with a buddy of mine, Mason, and I was talking about the test, and told him I don't think I did too well because there were some English questions on it that I'm not very good at English, so, or just, you know, general questions like that, so I don't think I did too well, and, you know, he's trying to tell me, like, you know, nothing to worry about, you'll do fine, I'm like, I know, just low hopes, so, and while I was sitting there, I'm like, you know, I'm gonna check my email, at least see, you know, if I got the confirmation that's saying I finished the test and whatever, and I looked at my email, and it was a first email, it said, congratulations, and I looked, and told me I passed the test, and they were giving me the offer for, or contingent offer for the position. I now have to pass a background and credit check, which I'm a little nervous on the credit side, just because, you know, I've been hurt in these past few years from, you know, some things that have happened, and also just irresponsibility on my side. So, a little worried that they might not like my credit or credit history. I mean, I used to be perfect, but that kind of fell off the radar. But hopefully they like what they see and can go from there. Because, you know, I would love to. It's you know, deals with the airport. I love being at the airport every day. I love being around airplanes, and yeah, I might not be interacting directly with the airplanes, but I'm still at the airport, and that's somewhere that I love to be. So hopefully things continue to go well, and this will be my first real job, if I get it, in really over a year. So I haven't really worked a true job in quite some time. But yeah, so we'll wait and see. It's just nice to have something, at least something to tell my mom, because she's my landlord and stuff. You know, I've been trying to find work, and it's just not been very easy. But of course, you know, she's paying for the house still, and I'm not paying her any sort of anything because I don't have anything to give her. And needless to say, she's been a little less than understanding in some cases. Alright, so the problem, hold on, the problem here is this sidewalk curves, so it kind of narrows the road goes along, I believe. Yeah. So this is all at an angle, so this left turn lane is going to have to kind of crunch. Yeah, I went back to the older livery design that I did way back on SketchUp. Partly because like the other livery was a little too complex for me to replicate in GIMP easily. It can be done. Someone has done it. My buddy Felix did it. He's a little mad that I've been doing exclusively Brothen's aircraft and not really using much of the Deknar planes he painted. But you know, I'm doing something on my own, and that's what counts. Now I just need to translate that into trains, which I'll probably be doing a little bit later on. Because I woke up at like 4, which I also need to get my sleep schedule back on track in case I get the job, so I can, you know, actually be up for work and stuff like that. So alright, so what am I doing here? Because yeah, I want to paint some more I want to paint Kaldvann trains. I'd like to help out with the Carabassa because my buddy Mason, he painted this for me, if I can find it. Or, well, he painted a couple things for me, but this is the only one that works. Which, you know, not trying to downplay him, but I think this is relatively easy to replicate, so I have pretty high confidence. The only thing is going to be just text-related things and ARN issues, so yeah, you know, I paint all my fictional aircraft. I painted a bunch of them. Like I did one this week. I mean, I like talking about it and showing them off. So I did one this week for Constitution Day in Norway, which is May the 17th. And I did one. Let's see if I can find it real quick. I'm gonna put it also on the 737-800 because it runs a little better in my flight sim and I actually want to use it. But I did one. Let's see, here it is. So there's the new livery on the Boeing 73 MAX, and this one right here. Of course, I changed that back logo to be something different. Yeah, Gratula Madagen. Yeah, Madagen. Which is congratulations on the day. This is for Norway's kind of there. Oh yeah, and here's the old Deknar livery for you, Phil. That's my buddy Felix replicated. But yeah, so just trying to build up my skills. And originally painting airplanes was just to build my skills to paint for trains, and I've honestly forgotten all about the trains and have painted just exclusively aircraft. I did skin up a gas station though for Logan. Oh good, I'm glad that you still use the livery I created for you. I did spend a bit of time creating that, you know, and because I understand that you were young and stuff, and you know, I wasn't really keeping track of my warehouse, and I know that you liked my Deknar Airlines stuff, but you know, I didn't really care for you re-uploading my models or using the name as your own, but it is what it is. But I'm glad that you still like the livery that I did design for you. I'll pull that up later. I haven't really bothered with SketchUp much lately. Alright, over here. What are we going to do over here? This is kind of the big road. Alright, do I want on-street parking? Probably going to want that because it's kind of like the heart of everything. Make the lanes a little wider. I don't know, can we squeeze 4 lanes out of this with on-street parking? be able to. Now, maybe if I just do the 2 lanes here, then I shrink it down into just 2 lanes per side. I don't think it needs to be a large avenue. Or I keep the 2 lanes and then do like a planner in the middle. Let me go grab that asset real quick. Oh, shit. Now, let me just type Epcot. Alright, well, so let's see here. So, I believe these are crooked now. That's perfect. So let me line them up. Yeah, that's crooked. Yeah, I think the fictional airplane kind of thing, or the fictional airline, just kind of fell off when me and Rob, Vishnu, who else was there? I think his name was Casey. He did Golden Moose Airlines. He was the Canadian fictional. Yeah, there was a group. There was a large group of us. There was the kid that was doing British Continental Airlines. I was keeping in touch with him for a while, and he was doing Pan EU, the European version of Pan Am. There was a bunch of us that were doing that, but we all got older and started doing different things, and yeah, just kind of everything changed. I think at one point I got busy with my work, my career, and yeah, just there was no kind of reason to do it anymore. So it was what it was, and it's kind of sad. Like, I've been debating doing it again, but just I don't really have the time. Yep, Sketch VC10. Yep. It's and I'm in a Discord server with those guys, and I'll occasionally, very occasionally, poke my head in. Maybe to show off Brothens or something like that, just because it's still a fictional airline that I'm running, or on the every so often something Deknar related. But other than that, I don't really pop in and talk to those guys anymore. They were my friends, and we all kind of drifted apart. And plus we got older. That was the other part too. Like, we got older. Vishnu went off to college. Rob's still doing his whatever. I think he's in college still. There was Max, 2001 Craft, I think his name was. I don't know where he ended up. I think his family moved to the United States. I can't give invites to that server. It's not my server. They just invited me because we used to be on a Skype call, all of us, me and a bunch of people. I think, oh god, it's been so long, I'm kind of forgetting the names. Of course, I can go look. Let me see real quick. I think like Dre 737's on there, and yeah. Let me see. Who's this guy? Victor de Jesus, or Jesus. He's on there. Yeah, the big one's Dre. Oh, then oh crap, what was his name back on the warehouse? Just a bunch of us, really. There was a bunch of us on there. They're still, like, that's their main hangout. Like, they all still chat with each other, but, no, I don't really ever go in there and talk with any of them. And it sucks and it's sad, but I think that's just the natural evolution of time. Alright, this one I'm going to start the parking a little further back, just so cars and, you know, larger vehicles can swing that corner without crunching anyone. And I think over here we'll end the parking. That. There. But yeah, but like I said, it's not my Discord, so I can't really give invites, and you know, I don't talk with the guys enough to know if, you know, they want me to add anyone else, so. Yep, I had a bunch of fictional airlines, actually. I think I might still have a list of them. Either that or on my laptop, because the laptop I used to paint off of. Actually, I have all of the Golden Moose Airlines fleet written down, because I remember asking him about that. Let me see here. Yeah, I had Air Express, Air Gateway, American East Airlines, Brickton Air Cargo, Brickton Air Charters, British Continental, doing Canadian Airlines with Vishnu, Deknar, Deutsche Welt Airlines, Fly High Ireland, Royal Airways, Sky Northern Airlines, Sunshine Air, and Trans Boston Air. Then I was doing Ison Airlines, which would actually translate into Kaldvann, or Kaldvann Air. Those were all my airlines that I had back in the day. I had more, but those are the ones that I have written down. Yeah, I'm actually in the middle of painting a Deknar 727. Yeah, I kind of want to get back to my roots with that aircraft, and you know, I almost did something more permanent with Deknar and in X-Plane. Kind of made it my main virtual airline, but you know, I just didn't really know if I wanted to do anything with it, or if I wanted, you know, or if I just kind of beat that horse into the ground, or. Yeah, Malibay. Remember Malibay? So I remember all this stuff. It's just I haven't talked about this in quite some time. Like I don't think I've painted a Deknar Airlines aircraft in quite a long time. That's not on my flight sim. You know, obviously I've already painted one of those recently. I mostly focus on Brothans. You know, it's fun. I get to talk with people who actually worked for Brothans. Yeah, I think it was fun at the time. I really enjoyed it. It got me through high school. You know, a lot of that was just kind of stuff I did on the side to just kind of keep my mind preoccupied and it just kind of keep me going and whatever. But once I got out of high school and just kind of got busy with life, like there was kind of no real use for it anymore. Yeah, I just didn't have a need to do it anymore. I didn't really have the desire to do it anymore. I just, you know, it was not really anything I wanted to do. I was trying to focus more on creating an actual, like, functioning virtual airline in the flight sim, and, it's taken me quite a long time, but you know, now that I have Rothens, and even that's still a work in progress, I still have to kind of get, I have to get an income going so I can start doing things like getting an A-car subscription or doing stuff like that. But even just working with Rothens right now, it's been fun. I've been enjoying it. Like I haven't had this much fun with a fictional airline in quite a long time. But it reminds me of my old days back on SketchUp, creating fictional airlines with my friends. And yeah, maybe I should reach out to those guys and chat with them a little more, because you know, those, I will always consider those guys my friends. You know, I might not know shit about them now, especially in the last, God, I mean, I really haven't done anything with them since probably 2017. Oh yeah, no, I remember checking your warehouse. I remember checking everyone's warehouse and their warehouse page and seeing like who created what. And, you know, like even like people who made 3D models of cars have kind of died off. Like I was hoping someone would have made a newer 2020 Ford Explorer so I could make a police car, because I think the last SketchUp model I did that I still kind of use is actually in this game. Of course, something broke, and I need to see how I can fix that. But this right here, this door kind of came out transparent, which I don't know why. But this is SketchUp model. This is the SketchUp model in my warehouse that I had a friend of mine upload. That and let's see, and this taxi. I might go in and change it to say serving Trondheim, because if it said that, I could use this in more places. But yeah, no, so there are actually still some things that I use, and I think let me see. I had them somewhere. Where'd they go? I had a model. It might actually be on my laptop. But I had actually some of the airplanes that I had painted that someone had converted for me, or out of fun they converted them, but I don't have the models anymore. Or I at least don't know where they are. Alright, so I think I'm going to do a left turn only here. Then we'll do a straight and right turn. Relatively anyways. There, so that is the intersection. Now the thing is I could go further and put down some details, like a line here to kind of guide the cars along going through the intersection, like I did over on the other side of Trondheim, this intersection. Of course, I might change the road markings a little bit, because these ones, they work, but not as well as, per se, some of the markings that I used over here at this roundabout. I kind of have to experiment a little bit and see. But let's go give it a try real quick and see what we can do. about to actually hooks up. Can do this as well. Might not though. Nope, that did not work. Oh shit, didn't want to do that. Someone's messaged me. Shit. I fucked up. You ever get the feeling it might be a little hard to follow your lane? This might not work. Let me see, what can I do? I have an idea. Hold on. Bear with me a second. crazy for this, but I think this would work. I might not need that line. Let me get the other line in. Let's see. That right there. Oh shit. Because just in case you wanted to cry every time you came to this intersection, I'm doing this. Actually, I could just be that could be a solid line right there. Thick line. Same thing with this line right here. Make it thick because there's no reason to be over there. Like, I will agree with anyone, this is absolutely pointless. But this is the kind of shit I enjoy. Creating these absolute fuck-off intersections that don't need to exist. Just to show the world that I am indeed insane, and that I deserve to be locked up somewhere. Oh, tits.
Yeah, there's no reason for this thing to exist.
There is no reason for any of this to exist. This is absolutely fucked. Actually, wait, this is a right turn only lane. So technically this line doesn't need to exist. I realize the errors of my way, and I am now smarter for it. Don't lie, they don't like that. Alright, fine, I won't. Oh, okay. So that's just gonna come over here. And then I'm just gonna do that. And I'm gonna straighten that out. Yeah, we're just gonna, like, totally vibe now, bro. Oh, shit. We didn't vibe. Yeah, I don't like how that's working out now, so we're gonna back that up. Alright, still looking mighty cursed, that's good. Perfect. Alright, and yeah, that'll work out just fine. Now I need this white line to, yeah. And then I'm gonna take this white line. Wow, look at that. Okay. What am I doing here now? Ah, tits, I could have kept that. Shit. Alright, well, we'll just go ahead and drag that back out without attaching it to that. What'd I just say? You're going to piss me off now, aren't you? Alright, we'll fix that up in a bit. So I don't need that. Or wait. Where the hell is this all going? Am I smoking something? I must be. Where the hell am I dragging this? I'm even confused now. Just gonna do it this way. Today on Unnecessary Things to Do with Jaden. Lines. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of... Actually, I'll keep that for now. who knows? This could all totally backfire too, by the way. Like, this could look so atrocious that I'd be like, you know what? Maybe we won't. And then we won't. That's all about, you know, that's just all about... Actually, no, fuck, I'm just gonna go ahead and do thick line. Actually, I will keep that there for a second. Alright. Clearly I'm doing something right because I can't see the intersections. That's good. So, you know, if you're at that point, you're doing something correct. Run for the bus. change that up, or actually I might just get rid of that altogether. Oh fuck, I got the crosswalks. I think it's too much. I think the idea went well in my head. I think it's too much. I think just a couple of simple lines will probably suffice a lot better. So, let me flip this around real quick. I think just a couple of lines will suffice. So, well, oh shit. Let me get the crosswalks in before I forget again. Put this line back down just so I have it. There's probably a way to go about that. I just don't think I was quite able to capture well enough. Maybe another day I'll attempt to figure that out. Alright, so get that crosswalk up there. Grab this crosswalk up here. Attach something. And lead to the sidewalk, that's great. Then a crosswalk over here. There. Much better. As for road markings, let me see. I could probably afford to have the one over here. Hey, Tobes. You are a cat. Hey, buddy. Hello. No, you're walking away. Okay, never mind. Goodbye. Hello again. probably just fine as is.
I just realistically don't know how to go about making lines.
Hey, Tobes. Yes, you are a cat. Gotta remind him, otherwise he'll forget. Oh. Belly scratches. Oh. Belly scratches. Oh. Belly scratches. Oh. There. Yeah, I think that should be fine as is. I think everyone should get the gist of where to go. So, I don't think we need to be too complex with this. I think I'm overthinking it. Alright, so we'll get the traffic lights in. Let's see. TLS. Probably helps if I had layers, honestly. I'll just do something like this. Let me see. Traffic light. Light. Do I not have the, Hold on, I gotta go download something now. Traffic signal. Ugh. Let me see. I guess if we're doing yellow then. I'll do the yellow lights, just so at least it matches. 37. time it and whatever. I'll do that another time or off stream, so we don't have to waste our effort with that. But that is the setup. Predominantly this way is going to usually keep going, except when this way goes and when this way goes. The nice thing is when this way can have its turn to go. Right, there's a lot of right turns here, so generally the right turns can keep flowing
Pretty well. Except I think over here, this is the only
way with a non-dedicated right turn lane. Everyone else seems to have a dedicated right turn lane, which actually would have been nice because in most scenarios the right turns could have kept going. You know, where this way there's not a whole lot over this way, so they don't really need to make the right turn because otherwise they could have gone that way. I mean, I could prohibit right turns here altogether, but you know, if you need to go over there, you should be able to. But we'll move off of that, and we'll push along. So that intersection is pretty much completed, maybe minus obviously the detail work and setting up the times segment. Let's see. There we go. Just need to put a few more buildings in here. Like, if I could find a small building to go underneath that bridge, I would. Let's see. What could go under that bridge? What businesses do I have that could go under there? A Barclay. No, I only wanted the one. I don't think anything should go under the bridge. It'll probably just be an open area under the bridge. Yeah, it'll just be an open area. As for over here, though, do we have any gas stations we could use? Let's see, the closest gas station to here is over there. In order to get over there, you gotta go through this big intersection, across the tracks, through another big intersection, another smaller intersection, another intersection, another intersection, another intersection way over there. After that, I think we're putting one. Are we putting one in over here? I think one's going into, oh yeah, over here. Then I know for a fact there's one over there. They're all octans. Actually, I think there's another gas station over there. Ah, gotta wake up. What are you? Total. We can put in an ESO. That's nice, but alright, we'll put it in an ESO. I did not want to. Oh, people have left. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, and then we'll do... Oh. Alright, fine. I don't think I'm able to get that. Nope. Alright, what height are you at? Floating road. Hi, Toby. I know, I feel you down there, buddy. Where'd you go? Well, I can't pet you if you're on my desk there, buddy. Howdy, free the cheese. Get your claws on my couch. Hey, hey, hey. Get your claws out of my couch. Get your big, meaty claws out of my couch. Come here. You smell like basement. You smell like oil furnace. Did you get into the oil again? Did you get into the drip pan again? Chasing something that isn't there? Like me with women? Yeah, it should be fine. Yeah. There. Kind of dressed up that area a little bit. Need to remove the parking over here, though. here. Deliver. Right. Alright, so now this area has a gas station, so they can gas up their cars and go. I don't know, to me it looks cozy. I don't know, it looks nice, and I like it a lot. As for buildings over here, let's see what I can do. I'm using a lot of buildings from Stockholm. Let me find that author real quick. Who made those assets? I wonder if they have any more assets that they've done. Today. If it would like to load. Okay. Stock home. Installed. Alright, Ben Goldie. Let's see. Author. Ben Goldie. Let's see what they have. If they have any more stuff. Because I like a lot of the Stockholm buildings. Some of them don't particularly work just because they're on a slope. But I wonder if he has any other buildings from Scandinavia or Sweden that I could possibly use. DM of Sweden. Ooh. Houses. To just I'm on a downloading spree now. Nice. Church, which I will download. My Becco. Lots of Ivecos. Lots of nice stuff here. Dinkoping. Ooh. Chateau or... Well, looks like I have more stuff to download. Little guard. All the Stockholm things. Lots of churches. Sundsvall. Yeah, with pleasure. I mean, it actually depends on what I'm downloading. Sometimes it takes a while, sometimes it doesn't take too long, especially if it's already downloaded a lot of the stuff that I need. Or that I already have installed and whatnot, but other times it can take a long time. It's a lot of stuff, holy hell. What, bro? Oh, bro, yes. Oh. Yep. I know where I can use that. Okay. Alright, so let's see. I can take a look here. Go to author. What was the name again? Bengo. Helps by typing. Alright, let's take a look. Could use these in a lot of the more rural areas. These are commonly when I'm looking on street views of places up in Scandinavia. These are kind of the house. This is the housing style that they use in a lot of places. And I haven't been able to find anything like it in trains up until about now. So it actually works out really well. Ah. That sign's of good quality. Probably should download the signs too. Get rid of my cursed creations. Yeah, I mean, those downloaded pretty quickly, so... So good, I have more houses to use for residential areas, which will be nice, especially as I start to taper off, as, like, over in here, and over in there, and, you know, over in here is going to be kind of, another area where it kind of tapers off, and doesn't do a whole lot. Like, I think I kept this house around, because this is, like, a lot of the look I was going for. Very small, very kind of, cozy and whatnot, and you know, I was also looking for something along the lines like this, and this is exactly what I was looking for. So it's nice to know that someone did go and take the time to create a very typical housing style to, you know, Sweden and in some cases Norway. Actually, a lot of cases Norway. So that works out well. The other thing that I'm downloading was that market-like thing, but just below the house. So that's kind of like playing My Summer Car. They have the store that you go to, and that's kind of what that is. That's like the rural, they call it a cooperative. So I kind of want one of those. It'd be actually kind of cool if someone made the exact store that is in My Summer Car. Which actually, I might stream that game sometime. I do love playing that. I might stream that sometime. Like I said, I found this guy, and I liked a lot of the buildings that he's made, because, yeah, it fits the area that I'm building. A lot of the buildings that I've been throwing in here, like, yeah, I know the phototop textures are not greatest. I might go in and add some stuff up here, because it looks like they have a lot of greenery on the roof, like trees and kind of some pathways. Hello, Toby, again. You kitty cat. You come to lay down? But I can edit that if I so wish. Let's see, there it is. And it's just a little building. Sweden's most, I think it's most sold vitamins. Interesting. Cool little adverts. Howdy, Chris. Got a brown version. So yeah, this would be kind of like the store. And actually, I could probably go ahead and throw it in up over here in Vormstad. It's taking a hard thunk. Yeah, why? Let's see which one I like. I only have beige and brown right now. This will definitely fit. I like this. And usually at these little buildings, kind of like in My Summer Car, so I've noted, especially like even up in like rural Maine, like a lot of small communities will kind of have like this little store. But in my summer car, there's a little gas, like a couple gas pumps off to the side. Like if we go to here. Shop. DMOs. Oh, actually, there it is in real life. Looks kind of closed. Yeah, there it is in my summer car. There's like gas pumps off to the left. I like the brown. I'll see how the other colors look when they start popping in. But I'm wondering if I probably should put in some gas tanks here. Actually, probably not, because this is over here. Although I wonder, like, does this have any place here? And the more I kind of look at this and think about such a small town, I mean, I know it's along the road, along the big road that kind of passes through here, but I don't think there's really any need for that gas station over there. I'd kind of throw that up in Alvinfjord, which is up the way. So I think I'm going to get rid of this. That would give more use to the small store, because I mean, why would you go to the small store when you can come up here? I mean, granted, there's probably more actual grocery over there, but... Oh, the advert's changed. Red one. Kind of like the red one. You're making a bigger stack of Crown Vics. Oh dear Jesus. Although, I kind of think the brown fits the town a little more, because if you're looking around at the town, there's not a lot of colors. Town is very muted, so I think I'm going to stick with the brown one. I think it kind of fits just a little more. But on the note of that, I am going to put some gas. I'm going to put some gas pumps here because I like the idea of having a small gas station. Yes, I put pumps. what it's called. I just want the damn pumps. Wait a second. Boy, this is frustrating. Not gonna lie, tank bumps. Sinclair. Oh. Oh. Incompatible, okay. Getting somewhere. I'll also download the actually, that gives me an idea. That gives me an idea. Then we'll get back to Trondheim. Then I'll probably start wrapping up pretty soon. I've bored you all enough to death. Death. Y'all can still hear, so I hope. Yeah, I already did the green one. Let's see. Beige, brun. Go. That one is bright. That one is very bright. I wonder what the advert says on the side. Little Holman's. Light blue. Dahlia. I believe they still make that. I actually just saw an ad for that the other day. Olive green. Ugh. Oh god. Yeah, it works somewhere, but god, that. Just like looking at the adverts on the side. Cafe. Damn. Alright, back to Trondheim we go while the pumps are downloading. Just happy I found those assets. I like those assets. Not sure how the Vic stack makes me feel. I'm more in the mindset of what I'm doing here at the particular moment, but you know. Alright, almost done with that. That's on to whatever the hell it so decides is next. So download Olive Grun. Or Olive? Is that O-L-I-V? It looks like Olive Grun. Olive Grun. Konsumitek. Kistel. What DONJ stands for. Alright, let's see here. What building would go? Just need a boat. Just put a whole ass boat right here. Just right there. Come on. I wish I had a first class ticket still. I has no money, and even when I make a purchase, I gotta call up my bank and be like, "Yo, want to make a purchase from far, far away?" Now I have Pastel Rosa. That's pink. That's a pink building. I appreciate that he took the time to put different adverts on the side of the building. Falkoping, Botvisgaten, 35. So wherever the fuck that is. Nice old Scania. I already put you in. Get out of here. That's a big ass boat. I forget how big boats can be sometimes. That's a floating building at that point. Boats, boats concern me. Boats just concern me. So you want to talk about how something makes me feel? Boats are just too damn big. Like, boats have no reason being that damn big. What would go right there? Not that. I feel like I already used that somewhere. Yeah, right there. Right by the right by the is that the courthouse? What are you? I did not name you. But yes, I already used that building. Didn't finish downloading yet. Oh, it's close. Let's go up to the top. Oh wait, this way. Here it comes. A house. And we'll save that for right here, somewhere. The next one, where are you? St. Olafsgaten. Kalimia. Falkoping St. Olafsgaten. I believe that's probably going to be a church. Go back down here. Whoa. Part of the building is lower than the other part of the building, which I find funny. Let's have to add a foundation. That is a blue building. It's a dead-ass blue building. Further plugin. Further plugin. I already used that. What are you? Buildings. Probably all on different levels, though. Yep, because I recognize that one. Lockerhuset. Nordiska. Oh shit, that's a big ass building. That is a huge ass building, actually. Holy hell. It's a museum, though. I kind of like it. Way over here, though, where there's not really a lot of tall buildings around it. I mean, it'd certainly stick out like a sore thumb. Like, what's that building over there? Well, that's the museum. Ah, very nice. We should go. Yes, yes, we should. It is tall. Holy hell. that's just a giant building. Like, that's about as tall as this building. Like, that's a whole ass tall building. Like, Christ, that's a tall ass building. Fuck. Alright, well, I don't really have a use for that then. What started? Apparently that. What are you? Sundsvall, yep, words. Ah, another house. I mean, I do need houses. Because I've been running awfully low on my selection lately. My selection is good, but what I say was downloading Sundsvall. I do appreciate Sundsvall. Ah, Sundsvall Station. Pub and restaurant. At least if I go to Sweden, I can figure out words. Actually, Sweden and Norway, like, you'd think their languages are close, and like some words do kind of line up with each other, but then there's other words that just, they're different. No. There we go. I don't know why I dragged this building way over here. Didn't I just... Yeah, I did. So you kind of over here and with these high rises, because there's not going to be a lot of room over here. Actually, I probably should curve this rail line a little more starting here. Probably should start turning it. Actually, no, it's heading up this way. The hill's actually going to be kind of right next to it, so there's not a lot of room over here. I do have to keep that in mind. Something blah 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 words. What are you? The fuck? I can already tell you it's on 2 different levels. Yep. Why? Like, I want to find this and be like, alright, how does this actually look and why is it on 2 fucking different levels? I don't like it. Like a school? Kinda reminds me of a school. Huh. It makes sense. A couple of basketball courts. I wonder what it is. What are you? You're a building. Rosenborg Centrum. So it's something that goes in downtown. Why is it on 2 different levels? Gosh. 2 motherfucking levels. Alright. Oh god, that's a lot of buildings. That is a lot of buildings. There's also a lot of buildings that are not on the same level. Goddamn. Listen, I'm lazy. I do not want to do a lot of terrain work. Where are you? What the fuck are you? Alright, another question. Why the fuck are you? Alright, I don't think we need any more high rises, so we can kind of let that one go. What are you? You are a whole ass bridge. Yep, this is a whole ass bridge. That, oh. Yep. Oh, big building. Okay. It's, Huh. Where are you? I don't know, but it's gonna go over here somewhere. Probably over here on this corner. If I was to, assume this correctly. Now it started to download. You started to download. What are you? You are SBSRGPP World Green Garage Petrol Pump. Okay. Well, the petrol pump has started to download, so that's good. Probably like a little walkway in here. Lead to like a opening. This looks like a business complex of some sort with like shops in them and stuff like that. A restaurant, yeah. It's like a little mall, I would assume. I forgot what it was called. Shit. Something. No, it's not aimed at this. It's oh, I fucked up. Petro. Now it's downloading. Okay. You are downloading. What are you? You are Sundsvall Norrporten Real Estate Company. Ah, real estate. We always do real estate. That's good. Back over to Formstad. I like how I got little to nothing I said I wanted to do today done, except that one fucking intersection that took me forever. Them some old ass petrol pumps. I'll probably wait till the Shell pumps download. I love that little town. I was working over here in Kaldvann. Of course my road's gonna disappear while I'm down here. Be nice to come back over here and actually do some work. Get this town kind of built up and whatnot. Start to build it up and whatever. Cool thing is that's where the rail line goes, is over here. So I imagine the river is going to kind of go this way and the road will go that way, but the rail line is going to start curving toward. It's going to start heading toward. For those things, Vic, because that's where the trains are going to come from. As for passenger service, I don't know how we're going to get service down here, because I know this has a couple of stations. Well, I might just eat them out, honestly. Yeah. Alright, Sundsvall. There we go. Hooksby or Hooksby. Could it go? I think it's a church. Alright, what am I gonna put in here? Kind of crashes into that. That's not real kosher. Supposed to like a pavilion up here or something like that. I don't really get what that's supposed to be. Yeah, or steps. It might be just steps up to there, but that doesn't make any sense either. I think it's supposed to be like a pavilion up here, or like a just a general step up. I'll use that somewhere else. Another nice building, but it doesn't really fit. You probably would if I removed this, which I could move that to the other side of the street. It's also probably too big. Just barely fits. What are you? That is a tall building. I don't need any more tall buildings like that. Oh yeah, I already used that over there by the a really big building. What does it say on the side? Stockholm International Fairs and Congress Center. Convention center of sorts. That is a building with a circle on it. What they do, the world will never know. Oh. It doesn't work over here, I can always throw it over there. By over there, I mean like just a little way up the street, because a lot of the buildings over here-ish. Here's my cat again. Dopes. Hey, buddy. See that finished downloading? It's taking a while. No, get your claws out of my couch. Or I'll beat you. I'll beat you. I'll go pew 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 pew. Now pew 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 pew. And now. Stop, hurry. No, you just get those. That's all you get. You just get those. Ow, that's my cat. that is my hand you just clawed. What do you think we're playing, huh? Think we're playing, huh? Here we are. I like that building. Dudes, that is a bridge. That is a whole ass bridge. What? You are a cat. Get your claws out of my couch. So on one side we got that, and on the other side we have that. I think this would probably belong over here, the older buildings. Well, I think I'm gonna do some asset searching. I need to get some food in me, take a break for a little while. Shouldn't be doing anything tomorrow, so I'll probably get on and stream at some point. So, yeah, sorry that wasn't a very exciting stream for y'all, but I will definitely talk to y'all a little later. So, take it easy, and I'll catch y'all on the next stream. See ya.